Starting on Sunday, you have to be at least 18 years old to buy certain cough medicines in California. And it's because of something called robo-tripping or skiddling or dexing. That's what some people call it. It's when people, mostly teenagers, down cough medicine like Robitussin or NyQuil just to get high.
And joining us now to talk more about this new law and how it's important is Dr. Jerry Rand with Bay Recovery here in San Diego. Thanks for joining us tonight. I think a lot of people probably haven't heard the three terms that we threw out there, robo-tripping and the others. Tell us how teens use cough medicines to get high.
Dextromethorphan is the ingredient that one gets high. It's a dissociative drug, much the same as ketamine or PCP, or nitrous oxide, which dissociates one's ability to reason or think. So it's not a little different than a hallucinogen where there might be some reasoning. It just disassociates thoughts.
How much do you have to drink to get high?
You have to drink a fair amount to get that sort of high that you would get from PCP, which is a pretty bad drug. So you would want to take a bottle or two. It comes in several forms. It comes in pill or liquid. It's dextromethorphan, or DXM is the ingredient in Robitussin and cough syrups. It's not the Robitussin, it's the dextromethorphan.
Got it.
So it's an NMDA antagonist, which works on the brain and the glutamate system. And
you know, parents are learning something as we talk here, and a lot of people are in denial about it, but the numbers are kind of staggering. 1 in 10 teenagers have tried to do this, and my guess is that number is probably a little higher, and you've got a day-to-day experience with this, right?
Absolutely. What you see is the teenagers will experiment with it up to a point that's routine, but when you use it on a regular basis, it causes alterations of brain chemistry, the thought process, and can cause some permanent damage and effects as you grow up. And there are a lot of kids that use it that way. Parents don't regularly recognize this, and even the medical profession, it's a very hard drug to find because it's not a routine drug screen that we use.
So what do you think about this new law? This must be a good thing to better keep track of these cough syrups and other medications that contain this ingredient.
I think California is a latecomer. Other states have already enacted this. It comes out in January 1st as 18 or over you have to have an identification card to get it. Other states regulate it even more closely. They regulate by amount. So you can go in and buy 1 bottle of Robitussin dextromethorphan, but not 10.
Right. I've noticed that at some of the drugstores, too, if you go in there, they have a lot of the cold medicines behind the counter now. Is that part of this?
Yes, yes. And it's, again, some of the chains will prevent using a lot of it.
Right.
So that they'll sell 1 or 2 bottles, but they won't let you do 10.
What are some of the stories that you're hearing from these teenagers when they call your program or when the parents call, that it did just start as an experiment and then it got out of control?
Well, it can. I mean, all drug addiction or drug use is experimental at its first sight. But with so many drugs on the market that kids use today in heavy doses, once they find this medication, which is a dissociative hallucinogen, a small percentage of kids will get hooked on it. But the ones that actually get hooked on it, the damage is so severe, it's startling to see what happens to these kids.
Well, better late than never for California getting on this bandwagon to try to help our children. Doctor, thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate your comments.